What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You could get with this, or you could get with that. You better get with this, cause this is where it's at. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Seriously, if you're feeling me, let me know in the comments down below. What's up? Quick little thank you to Ron Killings for that little intro. So, today we are going to talk about fitness and all different kinds of things about fitness. Me, I worked out for about 15 years, and I've seen a lot of things, methodologies from back when I started, the bro splits, the CrossFit, the circuits, the Orange Theories, etc. I've seen them all. I've participated in most of them. And I would like to embark on a little journey, talk about my journey in fitness, where I was, where I've been, and where I'm at, along with a little bit about the industry, and then what I would recommend to people who are trying to either get started or to people who are in the middle of a transformation or in the middle of a trial and error session or just being the best you. So, without further ado, let's get poppin'. So my fitness journey, I started back in 2010. Now, I had already been lifting for a few years, 4 or 5 years, before 2010, and so I started back in 2010. I'll probably throw a picture in here or there to show you kind of my initial transformation from January 2010 to September 2014. This is January 2010, large. This is September 2014, small. I started out very large. I'm 5'9", and I was 280 pounds. And I had a 44-inch waist. I got to that point where I couldn't look at myself in the mirror anymore. So since I couldn't look at myself in the mirror anymore, I knew I had to make a change. I was currently, at the time, dating my wife, and she was 100% supportive in whatever I wanted to do, just to do it in the safest manner possible. So I started with the basic Dave Palumbo keto diet, which I would recommend for anyone who doesn't know where to start. That's a good one. If your body doesn't do carbs very well, I would definitely go that route. But I started there, and it was basically no carbs or less than 50 grams of carbs per day. And then on the weekend, it would be the Saturday night, I would have a cheat meal, which was usually a large pizza or a large pizza and a thing of ice cream or something along those lines, like a meal you will definitely want to enjoy and work towards, but something definitely don't recommend on a daily basis. Started with that, took a couple diet breaks over time, was looking halfway decent, at least in my eyes, halfway decent. And then I decided that I had hit D-Day, where I was going to start a prep. I had never done a bodybuilding contest before, or a physique contest, or whatever. I started a prep, and it was going to be 20 weeks for vacation. My family was going on 12 of us in one house on the beach, a big ass house on the beach for vacation. So I decided to really put the foot to the floor, and I wanted a six-pack. said, screw it, I'm doing it if I'm ever going to do it. It was going to be now. So I got started, put my nose to the grindstone, ended up having that six-pack, but 2 weeks before, we went on vacation. A good friend of mine, he had been into bodybuilding, and he was doing a show in that September, so this was like late July, and I had signed up to do that show because I'd always wanted to. It was a bucket list kind of thing. Bucket list. Bucket list kind of thing. So I signed up, ended up doing another 12 weeks of prep. I got to the point where I was eating like 1,300 calories a day and drinking less than a gallon of water a day. Not a gallon of water, a gallon of fluid per day, which is not much. If you count up all the fluid you drink in a day, it's really not that much. And I was shredded out of my marbles. I had massive jawline. I was probably sub 4% body fat. It was gnarly. You'll see in the picture that I'll post up here that I was on stage there at 155 pounds. 155 pounds. Which is really low. But then from there I ended up the next year doing the same show, just in doing bodybuilding. So I stepped on stage in my banana hammock, which I would have never done the first go round. I was too nervous, even in board shorts, let alone a banana hammock. So I got that done. I did that. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I did it. There were a lot of regrets I have in doing that, and I don't want to say regrets because, quite frankly, I'm glad I learned what I learned since then, and for a few years after that, going through the mental mindset of I have to look a certain way or be a certain way in order for people to like me, people to follow me, and myself to be happy, which I know is very false. So then I quit that whole mindset and got into CrossFit. The main reason I went into CrossFit is I needed to do a complete 180 from what I was doing, just to switch it up and get out of the mindset and have goals to work at. I did a few years of CrossFit and had mixed experiences with CrossFit. Unfortunately, the gym I went to was very much if you're friends of person X, Y, and Z, you got invited to X, Y, and Z, and that was pretty sad because there were quite a few people who were working super hard. Super hard. And basically didn't even get thought of for an opportunity because they didn't meet the friend zone requirement or whatever. So I kind of got out of that mindset and out of that situation after a couple years. And now I'm back doing what I want to do when I want to do it when it comes to fitness. This morning I went and hit the gym, and I'm kind of doing a push-pull week circuit. I'm currently not doing legs. I know everybody can hate on me for that. But part of the reason I'm not doing legs is because, one, first week back in the gym I strained my groin because I did 2 leg days in a week because I like to isolate my hamstrings and my quads. But it's recovered now. Don't worry, it's recovered. And I'm also, for the month of June, doing a local challenge here that is 274 miles of biking in the month of June. June. So as of this date, which I think this is the 16th, so through last night, the 15th, I was at 170 miles done. And I'll tell you something, there's no way I could have had leg soreness and then gone biking, because my legs are feeling it at this point. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, and it led me to being affiliated with a supplement company that I believe in, and I couldn't be happier where I'm at. I have a long way to go on my new journey of looking good naked. But we're working on that day in and day out. Over the last month, I'm down about 7.5 pounds. But we also just started going back into the gym, so it's a whole body recomp. I'm down a total of 8 inches in my markers, and down 7.5 pounds. So I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, every day is a new day, and every moment's a new moment, and you never know which one is going to afford you what opportunity. And as we've learned in the world lately, your moment can be any moment, and I'm trying to live, especially fitness-wise, as each workout could be my last. So I walk in that gym and I am laser focused. And I don't let anything stop me from being me. So, enough of that right now. Let's get to our first tappy tappy patty patty trigger. Making its appearance again, Mr. Hydraulic. 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 Hydraulic made its appearance in my last video. It is made by Axe Sledge Supplements. There will be a link and a discount code in the description below. Also, if you are more of a natural supplement purchaser, like a multivitamins, greens, or there's a female line, there's keto friendly, and there's vegan supplements, the next link down will be American Made Nutrition. American Made Nutrition has the same parent company as Axe and Sledge, but it's a different line, different marketing. So they have very, very, very high quality, good supplements that support both a vegan lifestyle, a keto lifestyle, and general health and wellness. So, without further ado, So for the next topic of today's fitness chat, where the industry has gone since I've started. So when I first started, back 15-ish years ago, the only thing I focused on was what came through in the magazines. So Muscle and Fitness, Muscular Development, Flex, those were the main magazines I would read and buy and look at the covers of and be like, I have to look like that one day. Because I was raised as a slightly chubby kid. I had multiple sports injuries, so that was kind of out early. So I would see the Jay Cutlers, the Dave Bautistas, the John Cenas on The Rock. I'd see them on the covers of the magazines and be like, if they can do it, I can do it. And I bought into a lot of the hype that they pumped through there, that, oh, they just did these workouts 5 days a week, which, retrospect, is a whole crock of crap, but that's here nor there. Here nor there, here nor there, here nor there, here nor there, here nor there. Where the industry has gone to today, in my eyes, is there's two things that it favors. It favors the people who work hard. So the people who work hard, usually, you can tell. There's the people who work hard. That's the positive spin on it, because what really I wanted to say was more negative, and I don't like to be negative. The negative side to that is the people who don't work hard but expect everything and then blame people for not getting results when they're not putting in the work. One of Axe Sledge's and All-American Roughneck's main saying is, no problems, just work. So, no matter what's going on, they're never problems, they're just work. And I feel like too many people don't understand that if you don't know how to cook, it's not somebody else's fault that you couldn't meet your dietary goals. No, you maybe have to learn how to cook or find things that are easy to get that you don't need to cook. So, then the other side is the Insta fitness, which I will admit, when it comes to my personal Instagram, I do post my fitness stuff. I have zero desire to care what the Insta fitness models are doing, because there's a lot that they have built up and handed to them, and I can't fault them for that. But I work 40 hours a week, so it's not my only job. If it was my only job to look good, I would look good, and you wouldn't believe how good I would look. The state of the industry is so socially dependent, so it's like the industry cares more about social media than it cares about being healthy, being ripped, being happy. Screw health, screw ripped. Being happy, being healthy, and looking good, in that order. Well, actually, I think it should be healthy, happy, looking good. Because I feel like if you place the emphasis on looking good, that opens up the can of worms of different avenues you could go down that aren't good. Mentally, economically, health detrimental. I've been down that path, and I'm still honestly recovering from it now because of the length of time that I've given my body to try to normalize. With that being said, let's get on to a brand new trigger here today. I'll do some tapping, patting, scratching, all of the above on this new one, and it's very fitting for the fitness conversation. The foam roller. and we're good with that one. My next little segment here is, I had mentioned Axe Sledge earlier, and why I chose to work with them of all the different companies out there. The main reason is because they have a group of people known as the demo crew that have the absolute best mindset, collaboration, and willingness to help each other that I've ever seen. Being a part of that group helps me every day when I go into the gym to attain my goals, to know that if I ever needed any advice, any help, they also happen to provide quality products. Each of their products has patented ingredients in them, so it kind of makes them like no other. And the fact that I've always had the best experience when if I stack my supplements that I do take within one brand, I always get the best results because of the interplay between the two. Besides having a group of people that are amazing, and I love chatting and interacting with them, and they're AA plus. Did I just say AA? I meant to say A plus plus. Supplements. The group and the company is something I will back for a long time. And quite frankly, I enjoy interacting with every one of them. I can't wait to meet more of them in person as different events happen and the country opens up. Hopefully I can meet some more of them. The last segment I had was recommendations. So I recommend that you do something every day. Walk 30 minutes, run 30 minutes, jog 30 minutes, skip 30 minutes, play basketball for 30 minutes, lift weights for 30 minutes, go on a cardio machine, whatever that may be, for 30 minutes. Do something active for 30 minutes every day. That will not only help your body be healthier, it will make you happier because your body will be healthier. I also, if you're looking for diet recommendations, for me, the only diet recommendations that I like to give out, to find one and try it for 2 weeks. If you look at your inputs and you realize after 2 weeks that you're not getting anywhere, look at your inputs. If you think you're going 5 times a week hard, it's going to bump your calories you need up. So if you're really only going 3 days a week hard, 5 days a week hard, calories are going to basically halt your progress. Oh, I would always make sure you input correctly. Also, the biggest, people ask me, what's the best diet? I've tried a lot of them. Is it vegan? Is it keto? Is it gluten-free? Is it carb cycling? Is it if it fits your macros? For me, the best diet is the one that you can do and follow and make it a lifestyle, not a diet. So for me right now, I'm following a macro plan, but I change my meals up, so you could call it flexible dieting. But there are spins and rules I put within myself. Only 1 day a week do I eat processed foods. Outside of my supplements, do I eat processed foods, and that's usually a Saturday as like my refeed meal. So every other day is whole foods, with the exception of my protein shake and carb drink during my workout. So I recommend that you find something, try it, and make it yours, so it's not a diet anymore, it's a lifestyle. That's the biggest thing I think people don't understand, is finding something that works for you and sticking with it, and who cares what works for other people, because those other people aren't living in your body, you are living in your body. Once I found what works for me, it's been on like Donkey Kong, and I'm enjoying the ride and loving every second of it. Now that I'm back in the gym, I'm feeling stronger, I'm feeling tighter, clothes are fitting better, etc. So find something, stick to it for a while, because doing it for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days and realizing it's not working, it's really you that's not working. It isn't working because you are not working. Keep that in mind when you start your next journey, or if you're on a journey. Keep the pedal to the metal. Pedal to the metal. Because I know you can do it. You know you can do it. You just gotta get the temptation cloud out from your eyes. And understand that on the other end of that cloud is the success of your goals. And knowing that you have to always be pushing forward. Might you take a sidestep? Might you take a detour? Sure, everybody has their reasons. Some are good, some are excuses. But nevertheless, the reasons are yours. Yours and yours alone. So, as always, be a good person. Help others, uplift others. Make sure you have your ducks in a row before you criticize others for not having theirs. And always